everyone. All right, now we're recording.
Oh, crazy. What a shit show. No one's fucking introing us. Fucking hell, boys. Welcome, YouTube, to our fucking 54th podcast, where we said we were going to be consistent, and guess what? We weren't. And we missed out a bunch of information, and this is basically a recap of the fucking year.
No, not the year.
My bad, the past 5 months. My bad.
About like,
So half
yeah,
a
yeah.
year.
Almost half a year. Yeah, half a year. It's good. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sons of Liberty. It has certainly been a while, but we are back. We are back, and you know, I'm not even gonna promise that we're gonna stick around, but we'll try. Maybe if we feel like it. And if life does not get in the way as it often does, or we're just procrastinating, one of the two. We have a lot to get through today. Isn't that right, gentlemen?
Yeah,
We do.
It's a long stretch of things we gotta get to.
You know, I used to be a little bit of a nothing happens kind of guy. I mean, there was, there's the war in Ukraine and, the Israel-Palestine conflict and, the pullout of Afghanistan. Things do happen kind of, but it's all like background noise, if that makes sense. For I would say a fairly, I'd say privileged, middle-class American, kind of separated from a lot of the consequences of these geopolitical events. It's all just kind of, whatever, right? At least a little bit. I'm sure there are people in our audience who probably can't relate to that statement at all because they are a lot more personally affected by the events in other countries. But me personally, I've always kind of been of the idea that a lot of the panic about, like World War III or like a civil war or the nuclear holocaust or a pandemic that actually matters or, a lot of like these like doomsday scenarios that you see a lot of stuff about in the news. I'm in kind of the opinion that a lot of that shit is just fear-mongering. And it is pointing at something that is real. Hey, Israel. It is pointing at something that is like actually like it exists in the real world, but that doesn't actually mean it's going to happen. And I think a lot of the people nowadays, they try to make money off of making people feel fear and anger. And so I try not to take the stuff that goes on in geopolitics too seriously. But there are certain moments where taking it seriously does matter. I think, back in Soul 49 when we were talking about the beginning of the Israel versus Palestine thing, I think it was very fair for us to be taking that seriously. I think there were other events in recent memory, the spark of COVID, the start of Joe Biden's presidency. There are moments where taking things seriously in geopolitics kind of makes sense, and politics in general, right? This is one of those moments. This is one of those moments. Normally we would start these episodes off with a weekly Joe Biden slam, or I guess it's more accurate to say a monthly seasonal?
Not
Joe
even
Biden
monthly.
slam? Yeah.
Seasonal.
Yeah. Bi-yearly Joe Biden slam. But I think we have to skip. I think not skip, postpone, because there is something very relevant that happened very recently that we need to talk about. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Nah.
What happened? I was sleeping under a rock for like past couple of weeks.
Not according to the Instagram chat.
Nah. We'll talk about that.
The
We'll all go to
doxing is
prison.
crazy.
We'll all go to prison, that's all I'm saying. The group chat leaks.
Nah.
We'd all be gone.
No,
Especially Chow. Especially Chow.
No.
No, I think there's one
Not
person
especially
in
me.
mind. I think we all have one person in mind that would definitely go to like fucking the gulag.
I don't know why you got to be dog whistling. We haven't even started the podcast.
Yeah, bro.
Who?
Wait, what?
Ass. All right, let's get started.
All right, let's rip the
All right.
Band-Aid off. Kaika, bring us in.
Yeah, it looks
Welcome
just
to
like
it.
you too. Anyways.
It does not, bro. That's wild, bro. Bro.
That's out of pocket.
All right, guys. So if you really don't know, Trump was shot. All right, I'm sure everybody is aware of this at this point.
They hit
There
the
was an
fucking
attempt-
God Emperor.
God Emperor. There was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. It was very close to being successful. In fact, the bullet actually hit his ear. and Trump was shot by a guy named Thomas Matthew Crooks. He's about 20 years old, so he's literally our age.
He's
Yeah,
literally you,
and
bro. He's literally you.
also Crook is literally in the name. You can't make this shit up.
Facts. He was a couple of interesting facts about him. He was a registered Republican, in Pennsylvania. But what people don't know, or at least they're not talking about currently, because leftists want to create a narrative that it was one of their own that tried to kill Trump, is that he was a very active leftist in the sense that he was always donating to leftist causes. And if you're a Republican, you're not likely to donate to like leftist organizations, right? That's just not something you do.
Unless you're like
So-
completely cut to the establishment.
Right. And so the going theory, which I personally subscribe to, is the fact that he registered as a Republican in the hopes of getting Trump off the Republican national ticket, right? Basically to swing away delegates so Donald Trump doesn't get nominated.
I heard there's like a word for those people. It's like a rhino or something.
I think the term, well, if you're a Republican, the term is never Trumper.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I
I've
think
heard that
Trump
too.
calls them rhinos. So
yeah,
it's kind of interchangeable, right? Depending on who you talk to.
yeah, or, yeah. Like, you know, a classical neocon returner. You know.
Yeah.
Mitt
But-
Romney kind of guy.
Well, you know what? That's actually fair.
But I'll say this.
McCain too.
I also think that because of the relevant activity in certain leftist spaces, and there actually is a little bit of evidence that this guy actually is a part of Antifa, which is just coming out but is actively being censored by, you know, again, the cathedral, the establishment, media, and academia. If the evidence that this guy was an Antifa member actually exists, then he wouldn't actually be a rhino, because it's not a Republican voting against, you know, quote unquote far right interests. It's not like a center moderate Republican, you know, just trying to get the Republican Party back to quote unquote the good old days. It's really more of just like a full on, you know, post political subverter, which for Antifa makes complete sense because they've already labeled the guy as literally Hitler. So yeah, at that point, the moral justification to completely subvert any kind of proper process in politics is, you know, it's not just in there. It's not just a bug. It's a feature.
Yeah.
So, but we can speculate on his actual real politics like all day. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether he was like a center right guy or if he was like some like far right or sorry, far left extremist.
Right.
I guess he could technically be far right, but why?
I doubt he would be far right just because, well, it's not very characteristic of them wanting to literally kill Donald Trump. Like,
Yeah.
even Nick Fuentes, which is a person I would consider far right, he actually likes Trump. And a lot of these like fucking like KKK people who by some are considered on the far right, they might not like Trump, but they definitely don't want to kill him. Like, there is no incentive to kill Donald Trump because they have the idea that
black.
well, that's also true. But also, they perpetuate the idea that it kind of doesn't matter who's in charge of the United States. It just matters, like, you know, who, or the elites kind of choose. They kind of subscribe to that theory. But anyways, so the only what
Kind of subscribe to this.
yeah, it's obviously not 100% with the KKK members, but a good amount of them actually believe that it doesn't matter who gets chosen because the elites choose them and blah blah blah.
I wonder what group of people they think the elites are.
I wonder too.
Look like Trump. I don't know.
I don't know, my people maybe, but
I
anyways,
mean, Trump does support Israel, so that probably doesn't make the far right too happy. But regardless,
yeah, that's fair. But regardless, Crooks also basically had no digital footprint on the internet, which is a little bit shocking.
And a little
considering it's
sketch, actually.
right. It's sketch and shocking because, like, you're 20 years old. You're basically very likely to have like a TikTok account, you know, a fucking Instagram account, a Twitter account. There's only one confirmed account of the shooter, and that's that he had a Discord.
Yes,
according to
but
Discord,
Discord removed the account after the fact.
right? It doesn't make a difference because he's dead. But
Yeah.
He's not gonna be in any
but
fucking R chats anytime soon.
oh no way. With the Discord thing, according to Discord, he wasn't active for like 5 months or whatever. So even then, it doesn't even matter, right? One of the only things that people have found on the internet of him, of Thomas Matthew Crooks, is him saying he has a 10-inch hammer. So,
what?
yep. So let's go ahead and watch this first clip.
Sure.
6'4". I go to Stanford University. I have a 10-inch penis, and
That's he didn't say hammer. What's the point of the censorship? What?
Bro, it's just another term for penis, dog. Like, I don't know, I'm getting upset.
Man, get that schlong.
That's
bro. Man,
not
get
what
that
he
drip
said.
Snake, bro.
Bro, if I said he's got a 10-inch schlong, it's the same thing, bro. With the,
No, I don't know. It's gonna sound like he actually said the word hammer, like the.
You sure we're not talking about his 10-inch barrel that he shot with?
tool.
I mean, you know what? Fine, you got me. All right, my bad, guys.
Yeah,
when
I guess
I
you
said
on you.
hammer, I meant I meant to say he has a large penis. All right, that's what he was saying.
Cock is on your mind, I swear. Anyways.
Yeah, like genuinely
I mean,
on the mind.
After being with you, Sonny Cockeye, it's always on the mind.
Whoa, you want your eye cock in your eye too? That's crazy.
What? Part 2?
No, we ain't
Why?
doing part two. We ain't doing part two.
You're right. It's part 5 or 6 at this point.
Okay. What I find hilarious is that, again, okay, short for Otaku. I keep mentioning him in his videos, these videos of ours, because he brings up like a lot of like really based points. He is a little bit of a cringe both sides or centrist, but you know what? I respect his content. I respect the guy. He pointed out like something from 4chan, like Gen Z shooter physiognomy. Like you can kind of classify a bunch of mass shooters that are like our age or about our age with like a couple of like key characteristics of appearance and build, and it's just like check. I don't know. I'm not surprised at all that this guy turned out to be a shooter. He was clearly like a little bit of an introvert, so to speak. It said here that Crooks was quiet but would open up to people and he was cool and friendly. That I think it describes a lot of people, especially terminally online losers from our generation. I'm speaking from experience here. But the other thing is like, how could this person not have had social media, right?
Right.
I don't know. I don't believe this at all, especially considering Antifa doesn't really have. Well, okay, that's not true. It depends on where he was born. Because maybe if it was like, I don't know, San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, New York City, maybe. But most places in the US don't have enough active Antifa mobilization in the real world to be able to get him indoctrinated into that shit without going online. Like, I can't really think of any places other than those 3 that I just described. Maybe there's some other, like, super highly densely populated blue state with blue city where Antifa is relevant. But as far as I can tell, those are, like, the 3, especially Portland, Oregon. Big rips to all of our Oregonian viewers.
Oregonian.
I don't know. What do you call someone who's from Oregon?
Those fuckers up north, bro.
This fucker's up north.
Fellow
But very
members of
accurate.
Cascadia. Anyways, please do not flag this video for being fucking white supremacist hate speech because it just name dropped Cascadia. I meant it as the geographical term. That's what I meant.
Bro, I don't think anyone would take down that video because of that comment. I'll be real.
You never know.
Bro.
You never know.
Bro, I don't even know what that is.
No.
Chow is the only person on this planet besides one other guy that knows what that means.
Do you know what it means?
And we all know exactly who that guy is.
Oh wait, never mind. I think I have an idea.
Yeah.
What you guys talking about?
Anyways,
Crazy.
oh, what was I yapping about?
No. Something about Oregon.
Of course, you don't
Something
care.
about like I think you're talking about where
okay.
this guy was born.
Yeah, it's basically impossible for him to be radicalized into Antifa if he wasn't at least somewhat terminally online. I mean, the Discord account is already kind of evidence on that, but the other sites not really having any info. It's possible this guy was just, some kind of like basement dwelling Redditor, and so all he used was Reddit and Discord or something, or maybe it was literally just Discord. But I don't know. I have my skepticisms that this is probably a targeted redaction of content by these companies, because we know that basically all big tech social media platforms do subscribe to the ideology of the cathedral. So they have the incentive to do this. That doesn't mean they did it. We're not going full like 100% conspiracy theory mode, but they had the reason and the motivation to do it within themselves. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it very improbable that he'd have an account.
I happen to think that.
No, he definitely had an OnlyFans account. I know who he just followed, bro. What's his name? Jamar Sis, whatever.
Yo, Tyrone.
Man. Tyrone.
Yep.
Real.
Anyways.
Chico, I think we should go on.
Sure, yeah.
About the person he shot. All right.
Yeah, let's react. Well, not react, but let's talk about the.
Oh my God, Daddy Trump! I'm sorry, my fault. My fault.
Let's watch this first clip of
Donald J. Trump, the former president of the United States of America.
Don't cream your pants, people.
No, I would never.
Well, not on command.
All right, be serious, boys.
Yeah. All right. Let's go get into this footage of Donald Trump being shot at.
Lock in.
Lock in. So this first clip is Donald Trump speaking, and then suddenly he gets shot. He kind of puts his hand over his ear because he feels something, hit his ear. He described it to RFK Jr. as like the biggest mosquito bite ever.
Mosquito bites don't hurt though.
Whatever. Yeah, but to be fair, you don't feel that much pain in your ear, right? It's not like
true. Yeah, there
tissue.
aren't that many nerve endings. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first clip. We'll put it on the screen.
All right. Yep. We'll see it.
What happened?
What I think is super interesting is that do you see the reports on how the sniper that would literally had his eyes and his sights on the shooter, and he was told not to shoot. You see about that?
We're gonna get to that in a second. About the response from Secret Service.
Let's get through these clips. That's a good point.
We're going to all of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. Well, we're 2 more left.
Why
the
not?
next one is the aftermath of the shooting. Donald Trump triumphantly gets up and he starts raising his fist while he's bleeding.
Wait.
But I love how he just he knows it's iconic. This is gonna be infinite aura moment. He's like, guys, hold up.
Please
stand here.
Never say infinite aura ever again.
Fight, bro. Everyone was so empowered by that movement. I was like, whoa. Damn, this guy fucks.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Because he's not a pussy. He's not hiding. He's not hiding. He's like, get the fucking away. He's trying to make that moment. Make all Americans proud.
Yeah. We should probably talk about the pictures, or I'll put a couple of them on screen because I think we're all aware of them.
Yeah.
But the pictures, that came about during or after the shooting will be forever immortalized in time, because not only are they powerful, but they're probably going to seal the election in Donald Trump's favor.
I feel like this did seal it.
Oh yeah.
Other than those fucking leftists that were like, "You had one job. I can't believe you missed."
Which we're never gonna vote for him anyway.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Those people disgust me. Like people like Destiny.
Uh,
Fucking
Stop!
loser.
We're gonna get to
Stop.
that.
Yo.
All right, before Sonny Konkai creams his pants because he's so excited to talk about Destiny, we got one final clip to illustrate how close Donald Trump was to death. So this is a 3D model or rendering of the event that took place and how close Donald Trump was to, being shot in the head and brain matter being splattered on the floor.
This shit's so crazy. The Simpsons got it wrong, guys. He did not get assassinated. There was an attempt on his life, and he was like, "Nope, not today, fuckers. Fuck you, Simpsons." But yeah, I don't know. It's a really tragic moment.
It's truly incredible that he really escaped with no real bruises.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also gotta like put in perspective how disgusting like people are to do shit like this. Like, yeah, he survived, but obviously there was a casualty. There was
There was,
a father. Pretty sure it was a father who was a firefighter who was shielding his wife and daughter, and he got like, yeah,
yeah.
killed.
That's very important to mention because that was the only casualty.
Yeah.
Well, other than the shooter himself.
Right,
Because,
but we don't count those because he doesn't matter.
and I don't know if you guys saw like the images of the shooter after. He was basically unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Like after the shooting, like, his whole face. And
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know.
only hearing good things.
Me too.
I mean, yeah, it's good. But I would also like kind of want to hear his motives and like why he did this. Why?
Yeah.
His motives
it's unaware.
are
because it's unaware. We don't know.
His
like,
motives
his whole
are
backstory
3D printable. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't actually matter why this person specifically decided to go fucking schizo and try to assassinate the former president. The fact of the matter is,
his whole background and everything, his whole like footprints is wiped away.
Okay,
yes, no very little of this
that's bad, but keeping him alive for an interrogation as to why and like face proper justice, it's less important than making sure he didn't kill more people at that rally then. So yeah, scramble him, make him fucking unrecognizable. That's what you have to do in a moment like that. He tried to assassinate the former president.
I got you.
You
I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd fucking be like, bam, bam.
That's all I'm saying.
Unlike the shitty Secret Service that were there,
Yes, which we can finally kind of talk about.
Disgraceful. Like, other than the sniper who got fired, by the way, he was basically the fucking scapegoat of the whole thing. Like, the person who should get fired is the director of the Secret Service, right? Shambles. Isn't it like a woman who was like a security for Pepsi? I'm pretty sure. Like,
she was guarding Dorito chips.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright, you're fucking guarding my Diet Pepsi. Alright, my Diet Dr. Kelp. Alright? Go back.
Now, to be fair to the Secret Service, now obviously we don't have all the details. There's an investigation, but one of the going theories is that with the Secret Service, there's 3 tiers. So the first layer of protection is literally Secret Service on Donald Trump. Second layer is kind of like an officer, like a local enforcement tier. That's kind of like a mid-range tier, which is supposed to protect the president. And then the third tier is kind of like that sniper tier that's supposed to scout out enemies from a very long distance. What is the going theory is that the local law enforcement tier, the second tier, was supposed to actually stop the shooter, but they never did. So this very well could be a problem with local law enforcement as opposed to the Secret Service. Although I do think something that is often not mentioned nowadays is the fact that according to I think it's the Secret Service themselves, one of the reasons why Donald Trump had less than normal security is because Jill Biden, which is Joe Biden's wife, she was hosting some event, and she took Secret Service resources away from Donald Trump. So,
coincidence? I think not. It's all planned.
Well, okay. We don't know for sure that it was planned.
No, it probably wasn't.
It probably wasn't planned, but
yeah.
But I do think that something sketchy was going on within the Secret Service to have a trained eye on the shooter and then failed to take the shot. Maybe it was incompetence. Maybe it actually was malice. I don't know. But at the end of the day, we do know that the system is fundamentally rigged against Trump. Like how it was rigged against Bernie, how it was rigged against Trump when he was in office. You know, the establishment does not like Trump at all. So it's not exactly impossible that the Secret Service was essentially influenced, bribed, controlled, whatever, to intentionally allow Donald Trump to get assassinated. Only we're not in that timeline. Trump luckily moved out of the way, even if just barely. And the Secret Service is never going to actually face any kind of retribution for this failure, because it's kind of a he said, she said situation in terms of actual evidence of wrongdoing. Unless some, secret conversations get declassified, which is not going to fucking happen.
I hate to play devil's advocate, but I think it's a little important here. And this doesn't invalidate Chow's point. I'm just pointing out another possibility.
Yep.
One of the possibilities, the Secret Service didn't immediately shoot the suspect, right, even though they saw him, was because the Secret Service has a policy of don't shoot or don't kill until that person makes a move, because they don't want to get it wrong when, it could be an innocent observer just, looking out with the telescope, and they don't want to be that guy that shoots that innocent guy
right, that
looking
makes
with the
sense.
telescope.
Well, but people saw and reported the gunman before, like 5 minutes before, and you can see people fleeing the area.
This
moments
was
before the shots.
Likely a split-second decision, so there is definitely a little bit of wiggle room where we can't be entirely certain that this was any kind of malicious
all I would
action.
say is the director was on her period, indecisive. That's why I have a man at the helm.
Also,
second.
oh god. Second point. This could also, once again with the tiers, this is probably a fail on local law enforcement. It's definitely a fail in both parties on communication. But if the tiers are correct and local law enforcement was supposed to protect that second tier, 100% it's their fault, and something should be done about that. But anyways.
Yes.
Let's talk about Sonny Kaka.
Alright, so I mentioned earlier how many people online were basically they wanted him dead and they wanted the assassination to be successful, and they're like, wah wah. One of the people who are famous for doing this is, of course, our favorite person, Destiny, which is a streamer online that is a literal cuck. He was on a TV show, I should say, like a news reporting called Piers Morgan. It's like a British Comcast thing. Here's a clip. We're gonna watch and react to it.
I want to go through what you said, and I want to talk to you about this hopefully in a calm manner to try and understand what you were thinking. So on Saturday evening, hours after the shooting, you said, let me clarify, when I say conflicted, what I mean is I lean towards seeing it as a natural extension of the thing Trump and the MAGA kids support. So I don't think I have much sympathy about the attempt enough to chastise people celebrating it. You couldn't find it in your heart to chastise people for celebrating the near assassination of a man who was president of the United States and maybe again?
Absolutely not. Conservatives have completely bled that well dry. And the idea that they, after engaging in the most divisive and most extreme rhetoric that this country has seen in recent history, that they would come on and beg for sympathy, that it's escalated into some kind of violent confrontation, is absolutely insane. Even the idea right now of saying, well, if you call somebody a Nazi for so long, it's, what do you expect people to do? I grew up listening to Rush Limbaugh call Obama a communist every single day he was on the radio. You've got conservatives that talk about how the mRNA vaccines were ways to sneak microchips into us. You've got COVID lockdowns that were done because the government was trying to take all your freedom away. They won't acknowledge anything that happened on January 6th. They say that the election was stolen and that your country is being taken from you. I don't think anybody should be killed. I don't think anybody should go out and kill anybody. But when you engage in this type of rhetoric and when you turn the temperature up over and over and over and over again, there is absolutely no room for you to be shocked or surprised. And there certainly isn't room for you to ask for sympathy.
But Destiny, you say you don't want anybody killed. And yet you say, I don't think I have much sympathy about the attempt to chastise people celebrating it. People celebrating the near assassination of Donald Trump. If you can't find it in you to chastise people who do that, aren't you just as despicable as the people that you've just spent the last 2 minutes haranguing?
No, because they've led the way. This is the environment that they've created.
So you think behaving like the people you think are despicable is the correct course of action?
Not about behaving like the people who are despicable would be leading that type of rhetoric. It would be denying every single bad thing. How many times as a liberal? How many times as a liberal have you been on a show? Not you in general, but like a liberal been on a show and you've been forced to disavow all of the BLM riots, disavow all of the violence, and blah blah blah. And then you talk to conservatives about it. January 6th, that was a false flag.
Yeah.
January 6th. Oh, like conservatives disavow January 6th?
Wait. First off, there's an entire cultural machine that has lied. There is an entire
we just saw it in real time. That's it.
What?
That's why conservatives deserve absolutely zero sympathy for anything that happens as a result of their rhetoric. That's it. It's so easy. Like, it's so simple.
Okay, but I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but I would say this is the type of person that the internet has broke their brain, thus leaving them with very little empathy for their co-human. I mean, a good, decent father is now dead because of this. He's had his brains blown out because he was defending his wife and daughter. I would hope that you have a little empathy for that.
Let me jump in there because we have a clip of what Destiny has said about that very thing. Let's listen to this.
Fuck it. Fuck the dude, the firefighter guy. Fuck Trump. Fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am 100%.
I mean, I got to say, I just found that repulsive, Destiny.
So let's dissect this first. Like, bro, man says we turn up the heat every so often with everything. But, like, he's basically just doing, like, what about you situation.
Yes,
and
okay.
He's not really putting, like, a fucking human life. He's just putting a political view.
Because in the realm of ideology, which makes sense that he had habits given, again, terminally online, essentially only really exists in the realm of political theory, right? And the realm of what essentially amounts to, utopian style thinking, where everything becomes utilitarian calculation and the moral side of most arguments, other than, the practical application of morality when it comes to justifying that one's politics is better than another. There isn't really a whole lot of place for, like, in the moment, on the spot, personal moral engagement. And yes, Destiny's argument is essentially just kind of one giant whataboutism mixed in with butthurt of, you called people on the left communists, so we should be allowed to call you Nazi. And, the thing is, when conservative media pundits call leftists communist, that's obviously an exaggeration. But any kind of socialist praxis is, in some sense, just communist waiting to happen. Because communist theory requires the construction of a socialist state in order to function. So socialism and communism, there's this sort of Mott and Bailey fallacy where, socialism is often sort of weakened to even like democratic socialism, where it's like, we just want workers' unions and free healthcare, man. Like, why are you against that? We just want work reform. And then, they retreat to the less defendable position of, we actually do want the redistribution of the means of production. We want to either demote or fully enslave or kill the bourgeoisie. We want to completely reorder society to maximize equality over all else as the highest virtue. That is Marxian communist rhetoric. And when it is applied to cultural factors as opposed to economic factors, it does not stop being communist. If anything, it's actually more communist, because communist praxis requires the recruitment of those that are on the margins of society because they have the least to lose if society falls apart. So the fact of the matter is, you know, when conservative pundits call everything communist, that actually is kind of right, or at the very least, it's not. It's definitely a little bit of an over-exaggeration, but also it can definitely apply, especially nowadays. Like I understand his example was like Rush Limbaugh or something.
Yeah.
You don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know either.
He's basically like a guy he listened to back in the day, or like was popular.
Yes.
Was calling Obama.
Oh yeah, I'm calling Obama communist. So
Yeah.
Medicare and Medicaid and Obamacare in general is a form of wealth redistribution in the sense that it is wealth redistribution for healthcare and putting the weight of healthcare not on private individuals but on the government, which still puts it on the individuals. It just is diluted and delineated through taxes instead of as actual personal private costs. So instead of, personal responsibility, it's collective responsibility, which is worse. And that is a socialist talking point. So no, Obama is not literally fucking Joseph Stalin, but he does have some policies that do border on socialist or quasi-socialist, democratic socialist talking points. So calling him a socialist or communist is an exaggeration, but it's not wrong. At least it's not entirely wrong.
Also,
yeah.
I just want to add, like, when Republicans call Obama a communist, they're not, like, they mean it economically. When Democrats call Trump a Nazi, they mean it because they believe he hates fucking
culturally,
like, black people or Jews or whatever the fuck the race of the day is.
For a party that is so obsessed with economic analysis and theory when it comes to communism, a lot of modern day leftism, especially in the form of progressivism, is actually based on culture issues, the culture war. So, which is weird because yes, the culture issues and the economic issues are related because economics is essentially the study of human society and human trade and human interaction, and culture is the study of human society and human interaction, but just like in a more qualitative sense instead of a quantitative sense. So, yeah. but both ultimately deal with the same subject. So some bleed over, fine. But I just find it funny because all of the complaints that are levied at the right, other than more capitalism bad, essentially just equate to you are using rhetoric that bad people from the bad history used, therefore your cultural beliefs are fundamentally invalid, whereas the right's take is the same thing, but it's economic based. And the thing about economics is that because it's quantitative, you can actually prove that someone is a communist via their economic policies, whereas you can't exactly prove that someone is a Nazi based on their cultural values as easily as you can with communism and economic values, because Nazism is a little bit esoteric. I mean, there are tenets to Nazi beliefs and white supremacist beliefs, and just in general alt-right Nazi beliefs. Those do exist, but it's a lot harder to prove that someone actually hates black people, like in their heart of hearts, because it's all about thought control. But finding whether out someone's a communist is really easy, because economic issues aren't as fluid. You either want the economy to be free, you want it to be a mixed market where there's regulation but still free trade, or you want it to be a command economy where the government controls everything. Those are kind of the three options. With stuff like, race relations, it's a little more fluid. It's like, I guess what I'm trying to say here is that it's a lot harder to prove that someone is racist, but it's a lot easier to prove that someone is like a communist, because economics is a hard science and racism and sociology is a soft science.
I mean, it's pretty easy if like a person says they hate black people, but let's
But okay, but if they say they hate black people, then that's it. But we're talking about people who, you know, are actively lying about their ideology to basically play cover in a society that is inhospitable to people who are racist, or, well, you know, traditionally, conventionally racist.
So then, should we be hospitable to those people who are racist?
I mean, if you ask me, I actually think the answer is kind of yes, because I ultimately do believe in freedom of speech, and I think that, you know, anyone should be allowed to have those beliefs, even if those beliefs are, you know, disgusting and terrible, because, you know, the marketplace of ideas has shown itself to be very effective at only allowing the ideologies that actually work to survive and propagate within the heads of the masses. But, you know, the government doesn't want to entertain the idea of the marketplace of ideas because that doesn't give them as much control. So, you know, Nazism will be banned this century, and it will be all the rage next century, and it'll just kind of go in and out, in and out. The pendulum swings, when we could really just be avoiding this problem by allowing everything to be on the table and stop playing the game of controlling what people can think.
All right. Well,
that's my take.
I see. Well, I'm gonna talk about this clip real quick. What I find funny in this clip, is that Morgan basically throws at him the fact that, like, because the way Destiny is, like, oh, it's okay to be like hating on them, like no emotion, no empathy, because the right does it too.
Because they did it first.
He's like, I'm basically just playing by their rule books, their playbook.
Which,
you know?
Can I just say, is a logic that the right has been using against the left for a while now. You know, the difference is they actually did it. Like, you know. Okay, the problem is when Destiny says, oh, but the right doesn't care about January 6th and won't acknowledge the problems, and they think vaccines will give you microchips, and they're like totally evil and racist and bad and stuff. So we had to take up this idea of, you know, essentially, quote unquote, turning up the heat because we have to play by their rules. The fact of the matter is, he's missing the context where for the past, you know, 10 to 50 to 80 years, depending on your definition, or 10, 20, 50, 80, whatever you want to call it, somewhere between now and the end of the Cold War, leftists, specifically cultural Marxists, have been integrating and infiltrating American academic institutions, which has bled into the entirety of the rest of the world, slowly growing more politically left over time. And that conservatives, wanting to conserve their culture, naturally have to push harder the harder the left tries to drag things in the other direction, because conservatives want to conserve their culture, and so they have to dig their heels in the ground and say, no, this is what things should stay like. And so the more crazy leftists get with, like, you know, transitioning for minors and, like, unironic advocating for socialist policies, like, out in the open, and, you know, backing a president that's basically a walking fossil. Don't worry, we're getting to him later, though. And, you know, other practices that could be considered to be not just, you know, morally and practically bankrupt, but also generally anti-conservative and anti, you know, pragmatic, that exist to just blindly run in a direction of progress instead of considering what good things are being left behind. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm a conservative. Frankly, I don't like playing a whole lot of lip service to returning to tradition. I know that might be a little bit of an unpopular take for both the other members of this and viewers of this podcast. But I think that tradition definitely does have its place, and a lot of leftist politics is just kind of blindly avoiding tradition like it's the plague, because tradition keeps them in check and stops them from radicalizing into deeper and deeper forms of their own pathologies and their own, like, recursive patterns of mental behavior, which is to say, equality good, more equality equals more good.
Exactly.
So,
Alright.
you know,
Like, any thoughts?
damn, I'm having a Joe Biden moment. I thought I was going to say something else.
Well, I think like the way Destiny's framing this is kind of disgusting because let me just say this.
Sure.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But even January 6th, like when he was making that point against January 6th and the BLM rights, I don't know if we got to that, but when he was making that point.
Oh, did he mention BLM?
People know.
Who cares?
I don't know if we got to that.
Of course he mentioned BLM.
No. He says like leftists always get hammered for the violence on BLM.
Yeah.
Republicans are never accountable for January 6th. But it's like, Destiny, when you said that statement, you're not even denouncing the violence that happened during BLM. So
it's not about that though. It's never about consistent principles. It's about, when your side did it first. Therefore,
right. But I think we're also, our side is also to blame for that. I feel like if we continue
for January 6th, no, that's cool.
No. I meant like this mindset of like, oh well, they did it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so it's okay. So we're also at fault. Don't get us wrong here. Like I feel like if we keep going like this, we're gonna end up like fucking countries like fucking Palestine and Israel. We're just like, oh, they did it bad, we gotta do bad, in that kind of sense.
Yes, but if no one is fighting against, there is a moral virtue behind being the second one to strike. Not being the one that starts the war, but being the one that finishes it. I think that is a valid moral framework, and I think that if Destiny was correct, then he would actually have a point, but he's not. So
I feel like he frames and uses argument in a bad placement because he's literally trying to defend himself on like why people who wanted the president dead is not bad and shouldn't be condemned. And like there's also one more clip, which is the last thing I want us to watch, which is at like 31-33, where he talks about the person who died.
Oh yeah.
Let's watch it real quick, and then after that we can get off this.
The firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay? Just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
I mean, I got to say, I just found that repulsive, Destiny. Yeah,
I wish that there is no room. There is no room for the hand wringing, and I will not participate in this anymore.
Oh, it's not hand wringing.
The hand wringing. No, it absolutely is.
No, it's just that you are positioning yourself.
So well.
No, but Destiny, let me explain to you.
Where conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theory.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any plot. They can do anything, and then liberals are supposed to sit here and be like,
Destiny,
"Oh my God, it's so tragic."
No, Destiny,
absolutely not.
Let me explain.
Absolutely.
Let me explain my position because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side in your race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the person that you're describing. You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children, who he was protecting as he was shot dead, that he deserved what was coming to him because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was President of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry, that makes you, frankly, despicable.
That's fucking disgusting, vile. Like, he literally says, fuck him, fuck the firefighter. The person who's defending his family, like, the most heroic thing you could do, like, the one way a man wants to die, he basically shits on it. He says, like, if you support Trump or whatever, you're at rallies, you die, make fun of him. Disgusting human being, in my opinion.
I was gonna say this before, and I think it's important and relevant to bring this up. I think that arguments that are based off of disgust are not that impressive. Because, I mean, yes, this is I would say, as objectively as we could ever get, to being something that is just kind of disgusting and morally degenerate. A complete lack of care for a fellow human being because of basically amounts to a difference of opinion. Now, I'm not surprised, like even a little. This is a take that a bread tuber would make, because fundamentally their worldview is, as Vosh once described, it's not actually about being right; it's about winning. And so the morality is anyone who gets in the way of me creating my utopia is ontologically evil, and they don't deserve anything. That they should be essentially treated as subhuman because they are committing the ultimate crime of actively working against the socialist project and the general leftist worldview that necessitates constant progress towards an ever shrinking singularity of what essentially amounts to collective guilt. That's just the entire ideology. It's just collective guilt, manifested as necessity for retribution for those that have been quote unquote wronged. That's like that's the core pearl of the clam. It's just like everything must be equalized so that no one is given an unfair advantage in life, and anyone with disadvantages are not like marginalized in any kind of way in society. Gotta keep doing this. Okay, so right, Destiny. If you have that kind of framework, you literally say anything you want about anybody and not feel bad about it because you will always be like forever in the right because you have the correct politics and the other person doesn't. That's just how it is. I'm not surprised that he took this position at all. It is a little bit disgusting, but I think we should be more focused on analyzing his arguments and the flaws within them rather than just saying that it's gross. Because
I feel like that's the most human thing to do. I feel like if we don't take that approach, we step into more his area of like desensitized and without humanity. That's like, I don't know, that's my take on that. If we don't take it as like a human instead of like a fucking computer and just analyze, then we'll end up like him.
Okay,
That is
my
opinion.
Sure, but we still need to critically analyze what he says, because otherwise we're not being fair to his position. If we just write him off as being gross, and our whole argument is basically just like an animalistic response that just rejects him out of principle, that's not any better than what he does to the firefighter who was murdered. He just rejected him because he was a Trump supporter, and it was literally just a logic chain of if disagrees with me, then bad.
But it's not logic, it's emotion.
Oh,
That's the thing. Once you take out emotion, then you become him.
what?
Because he doesn't think of it like emotionally. He doesn't think of that's a human that died. He's like, oh, that's a Trump supporter. That is logic. That is no emotion.
Well, the process
You're taking emotion out of it.
the process of dehumanizing someone is an emotional process. It exists to disarm a certain type of emotional response, which is to say empathy. So that is actually an emotional process, and a logical process, because the logic has already been crystallized as a simple chain of Trump supporter equals bad, right? So that has nothing to do with his response. His response wasn't even necessarily a logical one. It was literally just a simple it's spite. It was just snarl at the enemy, the eternal enemy, characterized as a movement of millions of people rather than the one person who frankly didn't do anything wrong.
To be fair, it's not even an attack on the enemy, it's an attack on his fans. he said like if it was one of his supporters and they were at a Trump rally, he would not feel bad and he would
Okay,
make fun of
to
them
be
on Twitter the
fair,
next day.
to be fair, to give the devil his due, he was not actually attacking his fans necessarily. I'm sure he
I
would.
feel he was.
I'm sure he would attack his fans if the situation actually came up. But this was a rhetorical point. He knows that none of his fans are like that because in order
That's not true.
No, because in order to be a Destiny fan, you automatically have to be filtered out of being any number of groups that he regularly harasses and makes fun of and denigrates on his stream daily, or however much Destiny streams. I'm not entirely sure. So he's only speaking to his base when he says that. His fans, his people, who are already ideologically captured and on board. None of them are going to be the kind of people who he's making fun of. He's saying this for a rhetorical piece, saying that nobody is exempt from this logic chain, not even his fans. But that doesn't actually mean that he thinks that about his fans, because his fans aren't Trump supporters.
Some of them are.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They are.
Who? I mean, do you have any example of Destiny? Do you have any actual example of Destiny basically colliding with a longtime viewer of his content in this way? Because if you do, I would actually be very interested to see it.
Well, I don't because I don't watch Destiny. But one of the reasons why he's appealing to all the people on the right is because he's willing to have conversations with people on the right. He's also, for the most part, a very logical person. Like, you could very well see his logical train of thought when he's not being emotional.
I would disagree. The Destiny cucking situation was a very emotional outlet, and I don't see him as being a particularly logic-oriented person.
Oh, I mean, it's an opinion. Some people disagree. Some conservatives disagree with that.
I'm sure they
would.
I
don't know how they feel about it now, post all this. But, it is what it is.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm getting sick and tired of talking about this fucking degenerate. Who else would like to finish up their points about Destiny?
Kaika.
Yeah, so...
the women?
Like, I feel like we're beating this to the ground. But, no, saying something disgusting should be acknowledged as such. And I don't think it's a bad way to attack somebody. Because if somebody says rape is good and I'm going to rape all these women, that's disgusting and should not be engaged with.
I mean...
And this is how I kind of feel about Destiny. Like, I'm sorry, if you legitimately think rape is good, is there really anything to discuss? Now, I'm not saying we should take take that person's right to speak or whatever.
Right.
But I'm just saying from, like, my perspective as a person who wants to discuss something, I don't think there is any way for me to discuss with that person if they legitimately believe that.
Yeah, those people have been, so absolutely ideologically poisoned that there's no real getting into them, so there's no point in discussing.
Yeah, and this is how I view Destiny in this situation. Like, he might not even believe this, but I think because he has to double down so hard, right? Because he doesn't want to be seen as like someone who's wrong.
Yes, because the breadtubers are actually, religiously obsessed with optics, so that actually doesn't entirely make sense.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to change his opinion anytime soon, so it doesn't even matter. Anyways,
let's get the fuck off this video. I'm disgusted. I'm just like Chow. I'm sick to this reaction channel. Anyways,
I don't know. I just want to say one more thing about the whole disgust, and also maybe perhaps a fear response would also be classified under this, just a sheer frothing at the mouth anger response. I think it's not necessarily unfair to say these things, but I think you can't just have your whole argument be I am disgusted, because that is not very convincing to people on the outside who are looking at the situation and might not be entirely sure what to think about Destiny. And ultimately, if you want to actually prove a point for a political take, you actually do have to have a moral framework and reasoning beyond just, I personally find this to be disgusting, so that's why it's bad.
I feel like that could be a good argument, because this is.
But what if you're wrong though? What
if I'm wrong?
It's subjective.
Wrong. Oh well.
Disgust
being
is
wrong the worst thing in the world.
Disgust is a very subjective metric. It's not actually
So is
provable
wrong and
to anybody. Well, kinda.
Yeah.
No, kinda. It's a little subjective. There is definitely quite a bit of malleability to truth, but there is some objective truth. We've been over this before, but there has to be some standard of objective truth in order for anything to matter at all. So, while it would be very easy to take the nihilist approach and just say truth doesn't exist, we do actually have to exist in a world where truth at least is treated like a concept that does exist, lest we fall into complete irrelevance as a species.
We're heading that way. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh.
What?
We're heading that way. By the looks of it.
I don't think so.
The fuck?
Anyways, let's
My
get the
Amazon
fuck out of
fucking
this
pictures.
Destiny video. We are not a reaction channel. Get this shit off my
Yeah,
screen.
we are.
No,
Let's
we're
go.
not. No, we're not. No, we're not.
W. Here comes a
W
view.
reaction.
All right.
Here comes getting those Morning
Finally,
Metro views.
finally, everyone, we can get to the point of the video, which we should have started with, but this was clearly just too much of a pressing matter. Let's talk about Joe
Biden.
What's his middle name?
Joe Biden.
Joe
The
Biden.
stinker.
He had a
Stinker.
stinky performance. Let's just put it like that.
Joe Stinky in the Pantsy Biden.
Mr. Shits himself is. Mr. Shits himself. Alright, let's
Guys,
go.
remember when he shit himself literally? Like he shat
Literally?
himself and it was a fart and the Queen of England was like, "Oh my god, Joe Biden, he farted himself." That was a whole big story, right? Well, this
that was
time
you.
it wasn't. Well, maybe both. But but this time it's not just through the lens of smell. This is through the lens of your eyes, visual appearance. Joe Biden took a fat dump and it was stinky visually, okay? This was the worst debate performance for any presidential candidate ever. This was
Yeah.
pretty bad, guys. This was stinky.
God, stop calling it stinky. This sucks.
Like shit.
Yeah, okay. So let's just get this out of the way. There is no denying at this point that Joe Biden is completely unfit to be the president of the United States. There wasn't any doubt about it before, but now it's completely undeniable. Even fucking CNN and the mainstream media is saying that Joe Biden needs to get out of office because it is undeniable. Undeniable in the sense that Joe Biden just completely fell apart. Live. And, Trump got shot and he's still taking less L's than Biden, who's been
Biden has negative aura, bro. His negative aura.
Please stop
Negative
saying
Riz, bro.
that.
Negative
Please
Riz.
stop saying
Negative
that.
aura, bro. Negative infinite aura. That's
Negative
what it has.
skippity toilet Riz.
Can't stand up straight. Can't do anything, bro. Literally, you're decrepit.
Phantom
old man.
tag, skippity toilet, negative aura Riz.
He's waiting till we're done.
Anyways, should we just look at the debate? I think we have to look at the debate.
Alright, yeah, I
my
get some clips
favorite.
prepared.
Okay, bet.
Oh.
Watching those
Alright.
now. Watching those now.
These are pretty short. So
Wait,
don't
how
worry.
far was? Oh, go all the way.
Bro,
Yeah.
let me...
What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires in America. And what's happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24% or 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 million, billion dollars, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
We finally beat Medicare.
Bro.
Oh my god.
You could visually see Joe Biden's brain turn off.
Hold on,
That
hold
was
on.
crazy.
Hold on. Wait. I didn't need to pull this up. All right.
Chow's brain's turning off.
No. Let me cook. Let me cook.
Moment, bro. He's having a Biden moment.
We're hearing this, man. Cook.
No, yeah.
Who on that thing,
Keep yapping about Biden. I have a plan.
Plan B?
I mean, honestly, yeah, it's pretty self-evident here.
No. Keep yapping.
Brain turned off mid-debate. Like, he just gave up for a couple seconds, and then he came back with an unrelated topic. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. There's no recovering from that.
No, there really isn't. It's over. It's Jover. It's literally
his brain
Jover.
was literally like, I'm gonna head out.
It literally said that. You could see it visibly depart Joe Biden, like angels departing Earth into the heavens, bro. Crazy. All
right, hold on. We need to remove a soundboard.
What? Oh, finally, remove all of them. They're all shit.
No, we're not removing all of them.
They're all so bad, bro. They
I mean, yeah, I mean, all of the good ones were removed, to be honest.
All the good ones are removed, bro.
We're gonna remove the fucking Ukraine.
Wait, we can't even do. I can't even do sound things here.
Yeah, we can't even do sound. What the heck, Chow? Oh yeah, it's because that one episode.
Oh yeah. Off of this channel.
Hold on. Wait.
I hate. What?
No, isn't the clip like he likes them?
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on. Do you know your own content?
Yeah. No. Chow.
What?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Let me cook! Let me cook now!
You ain't
You're letting you
cooking.
cook, but you're burning down the kitchen, man. Come on, Chow. I mean, how do we entice them? We just like, do we say if you go faster, you get some horse?
And I about have a
blocked
Dr.
for that
Respect
one.
moment.
Nah, bro.
Chow, hurry up!
Oh my gosh, I'm about to react to the clip right now. I'm probably the fuck up.
Go, guys, this is the perfect time to react to our shorts.
I have like a short attention span as is, bro.
Alright, okay, I got it. Okay.
Oh my god.
Pull up the video. Pull up the fucking Biden video. I have it.
Video.
Where?
This one.
What this one? What's this one?
Hold on. Ready.
Guys, we have a soul chat and then an actual script chat and then we have a general chat and then we have like a whole bunch of things.
Yo. Lock in. Alright, bye. Let's see the second clip. Oh, I've seen this one. I've seen this one. Ready?
Yeah, we're ready. I got a third clip as well.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Nope, destroyed. It's over. It's over.
It is over.
Bro, it's like, he's not here. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. What the fuck's going on?
I don't think he knows what he said either.
Does he know he's here?
No, he's cooked. He's actually cooked with that one.
Real.
What can Biden do? He's not aware of himself enough to actually be able to give any kind of comeback to what Trump just said. It was a slam down of legendary and epic proportions.
Watch this one.
God, okay, now we're reacting to our own shorts. I hate this shit.
For what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
He was right, he did beat Medicaid, he beat it to death.
They know I'm a big boss, got a big boss in this bitch. They know I'm a big talker, have my big body and they see it. Know it's having bitch, R.I.P. bitch, they die. Turn the light on my side.
Bro, Kaika, did you make that?
What do you mean?
Did you make
the
that
Donald
content?
Trump edit?
Not really.
Exactly, that's what I thought.
No surprise.
Yeah, not our content. Stop streaming. Dog shit. You're literally showing on fucking screen, dog. You fucking stupid.
Oh wait, actually, oh
You
that's
just
crazy.
fucking went to your. Okay.
Wait,
We
what's
have
this
all
free
his info.
stash? All right, bet. Can't wait to watch it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But anyways, yep. That was sneaky, guys. Like, there's no sugarcoating that.
No, there's no.
Bro,
Bro, that
get
was
an
like an
extra
hour and a
time,
half.
man. Yeah. What? You watched it all? It's
I
crazy.
watched it all. An hour and a half of stink. All right,
You wasted
pure
your
stink.
time.
Nah, it was
Nasal
actually kind of funny.
assault.
Nasal.
Bro, my brains got assaulted by that shit, bro. I lost brain cells.
Yeah, I mean that's typically how it goes when Joe
Oh.
Biden speaks. Lose brain cells.
That's our president?
Bro, you thought you lose brain cells when you listen to us? Just listen to Joe Biden, man. Crazy.
Nah, we're arguably worse. We're arguably
No, we're not.
worse.
No, we're not.
We're
No, we're not.
worse. We're worse.
Nah.
Don't listen to this man.
And to prove that we're not worse, you can just look at Democrats' response to this debate performance, right?
Oh.
Democrats are literally calling for Joe Biden to resign from the presidency before the Democratic National Convention actually nominates him to be the president for the ticket. So this was a full-scale dumpster fire for Joe Biden. And people are saying this guy has no chance for this debate. Everyone views him as a doddering old fool that can't speak one clear sentence
True.
in a matter where his brain doesn't shut off. All right.
What
And
new
you've
though?
only said-
like we've all known this for a while now.
Right, but
Like,
this is
The left
coming
is
from
just barely catching up.
this is coming from
Fuck.
Democrats. They're calling for him to resign, right? And you see this with polls. Donald Trump is leading Joe Biden in the national election. Now, if that doesn't sound crazy, let me just say this. The United States doesn't rely on the national election, right? We have something called the Electoral College, where it's not actually whoever gets the most votes actually wins, right? It's basically based off state, and swing states have a lot of sway in the presidential election. And so if Donald Trump is winning the national election in terms of popular vote, that basically means it's going to be a blowout election for him. Just because if he has more popular votes, that means he wins majority of the swing states. And if he wins majority of the swing states, it's over. He only needs to win, right? He's winning basically all of them.
And
Besides,
if it wasn't over before, that whole fight thing after getting shot, that's the cake. That's it.
That sealed it. And there's supposed to be another presidential debate in the future. Right? This is not the last one. There's
Which, can
one
I just
more.
say, what's the point? Trump already kind of won, but
You
sure.
never know. Joe Biden might evolve to infinite order as well. He might get shot and be like JoJo, fucking back
I was about
to
to say
the
something
floor,
very messed
bro.
up.
Knees high.
I mean, let's be fair. If Joe Biden gets shot like Donald Trump, is he getting up like him? I don't think so.
I mean, he got soloed by stairs. I don't think.
What if he gets like abs, bro?
Listeners.
What if he has abs? What if he's
Oh, bro, there's a TikTok we should react to. Hold up.
No!
Not mine. But it's like fucking like presidential AI shit where Joe
Gen Z
Biden and
brain rot has
Barack
ruined this
Obama.
podcast.
Nah, I didn't know what you're talking. We're not
You know
watching
what I'm
that
talking
one.
about? Yeah,
We're not watching that one,
one.
bro. That's fucked. I know exactly what you're talking about. We're not watching that one. No. If I've ever sided with King Chow of not reacting to something, it's this one right here. This is
it
bad.
really that bad?
This might get us canceled.
I mean, I don't know. That sounds funny. Actually, now I don't want to watch it.
No, of course. That's kids in it. Of course you want to watch
Wait,
it.
what?
What? Wait, it has kids in it?
Why are you
entertaining this?
Nah.
Nah, it's crazy.
EDP moment.
EDP who?
I'm cooked.
You know he's dying?
Good.
Good.
Oh, crazy. In no way.
Bro.
Hey, yo. Life is a life.
Nah, he's a kid toucher.
So
Why
we
did you
should
just
you?
kiss him? What?
What?
You heard that?
I heard
You
that.
heard that?
I heard that.
What?
He hit that mwah. He hit that
No,
wet one,
Bro,
oh
he just went
boy.
He hit that wet
Nah,
one, bro.
I'm gonna need a source for that one actually.
But
Bro, we have this on
he ate a
recording, dog.
cupcake in one sentence. Like, oh,
I mean, Chow, did you know that IHOP has a cupcake shake now?
No.
we
This
gotta
is
take
gonna
him
turn into a short. I'm not saying anything.
We gotta take him out, bro.
Yeah, we gotta get you
Me
the
and
cupcake
Kaika
shake.
can get the pancake syrup, and then he can get the cupcake.
Well, he can get other syrup too, particularly on his. Never mind. That's no. We're not talking about that. Unless
Nah,
you want to.
see, weren't you the one that got cream pied, Kaika? At IHOP?
I mean, only by you. I mean, I don't remember any other
What?
times.
Dog face emoji. What?
Dog
God,
face
you're such a
emoji,
fucking normie. Oh my god.
Dog face.
Kill
Bro, this is how you reel in
yourself.
Chow, bro.
Bro, you know.
Bro, Kaiko, why are you going for my throat? What the fuck?
Bro,
Sorry.
he's after you today, bro. Me, I've been mild. I've been
Yeah,
mild. You,
nah. Nah, for real,
Uh,
though.
bro, how did we switch places,
Sonny's
Kaiko?
been nice. Sonny's been nice to me, relatively.
What? No way, bro.
Look. I'm brown and I'm proud. You're and you're this.
I mean,
I gotta cut that out now.
no, that's like
Gotta
a
keep
one
that
buff
in.
and one debuff, though. So it averages out.
Bro, how do you expect me to keep that in, bro? There's no way. Like,
I'll put it to the charts. You won't.
I won't, because you know what's funny? We uploaded a fucking
Oh,
TikTok
the
of
anti-Jew shit.
Sonny saying, "Oh, Kanye West should pull it on Nas X where he puts the blood of Jews in shoes."
Bro,
But
I
it got
still
taken
stand by
down.
that. I still stand by that. He should do that.
I mean, it'd be funny.
Yeah, you should put your blood in there.
I mean,
But look how iconic.
pays
Like,
enough.
Jewish people can order them and then like put their own blood in it. That'd be iconic as fuck.
Crazy.
Wait, would you not do that?
I would not.
Why not?
Low-key.
I would do that.
Like, I don't know, putting your own blood in your shoes, that kind of goes hard, Loki.
Bro, like, I can get huaraches and like...
Bro, that sounds like a Satanist.
Huaraches
Yeah.
is a Hispanic
Yeah.
shoe.
I mean,
Like-
yeah, Hispanic people are saying,
I'm sorry, aren't you Jewish?
so?
Nah, this is gonna go as
All I
hard,
gotta
hard as
say.
a short.
All I gotta say. No need.
Aren't you
Put that
like a
infinite
kid
aura
toucher?
on me, bro.
You're a priest,
Nah,
bro.
okay.
You literally touch kids.
Dude, if Sons of Liberty ever goes down, we're releasing the lost files, where it's just all of the fucking cutouts of us like saying the N-word and making all the racist
Hold
jokes.
on.
Wait,
You're
what do
the
you mean
only one who
us?
said that. You're the only one
Yeah,
who said
bro.
N-word.
I've never said the N-word on this
You
podcast
have.
ever.
There's so many clips, bro. There's so many clips.
I haven't said it once.
Yeah. This year.
Oh wait, Chow, why are we lying?
Hmm?
Because if we're lying, I want to change a couple of things, you know.
Change a couple of what things?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? I'm confused now.
Oh, you know, just because we're lying, you know.
What?
Yeah. No, yeah. You never said that word.
Alright, we got
Yeah,
off topic. Let's go
Yeah,
back.
you're a good
Let's go
role
back.
player. Keep going.
Speaking of lying, let's talk about these. I mean, my bad. Joe Biden. Talk about Joe Biden again. The decrepit old man. Where were we?
I guess we're on the press conference. It's kind of unimportant at this point because
So why the fuck are we talking about this, bro? Get out of here.
We're
it's
talking
important in this-
about
literally,
it.
It's literally just him being a decrepit old man again. Like, how much
Right.
more do we have to bash this dead horse?
Okay, actually, hold on. That's here's the next essential question. When are we going to stop doing the Joe Biden slams?
Never.
He's not
Unless he's
president.
not president. Yeah.
I think we have to stop when he loses the election, right?
Exactly, and then
That's
we
exactly
make it.
what we just said.
We make it the Trump slam.
Wait,
Trump
harder.
no, but that's like
No,
can't
that's like
slam
shooting
that Trump.
ourselves in the foot, though.
Yeah,
I
bro.
mean,
I feel like we have
it
to.
wouldn't
'Cause
be funny though.
bro.
Should we just change the segment to be the presidential slam then instead of the Joe Biden slam? Because
well,
then make it
Sonny,
I don't know.
You need a reality check. Donald
reality
Trump
check.
needs to slap his cock on your face and slap
Keep
that
it-
fucking
keep in
bullshit out of
mind-
you, bro.
If we dedicated a segment every single podcast,
You would like that, Kaika.
to
I don't
make
like
Daddy,
that.
you,
I
Danny
would.
You would
Trump
like
can
I
never do
would.
wrong.
I would.
What? He could never
Um,
do. He could do so much wrong, bro.
Okay,
He can never do something
No,
wrong.
no. Hear me out, right? If we actually dedicated a segment every single podcast episode to making fun of Trump in front of our
Didn't we have that?
viewers,
Didn't we have that?
no, we did not.
All right, let me go to the first script. Let me go to the first ever script.
No, we've definitely criticized Trump.
Well,
There's no
yes,
doubt.
we criticized
Criticized
Trump, but we haven't done it on like a scheduled
Bruh,
basis
where's the
because
fucking-
you
Dude,
know
there's no more
most
script.
of the people who would want to see right wing political takes, like Donald Trump, hot take on that one. I mean, I'm not saying we
Nah.
can't do it. I'm just saying, you know,
RP our first script. I don't know where that is.
no surprise.
But you find it then. You find it.
Maybe it will.
That bitch.
Maybe it
Go
will.
for it. Go for it.
Do you
Bro, it's
actually
bigger
want
than black and white, bro. It's bigger than black and white. Alright, that's all I gotta say.
bigger than black and white? What
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't like the blacks. You don't like the whites.
the fuck? I mean, that's besides the point.
All right, make that to a clip.
What? No.
I literally can't because it would not go far at all.
Good.
What do you think is worse? Make fun of furries or make fun of black people?
Oh, definitely furries.
Neither. Wait, worse.
No, but like
Wait,
for
worse. Wait, what?
like content wise, like pushing it wise, like what do you think is worse?
Making fun of furries would get us more views.
Yeah, no, because making fun of black people is just instant, like, fucking, you're gone.
Yeah.
Well, like me personally, I never make fun of those people because they're my friends, so I'll never do that.
You definitely make fun of both
you
people.
never make fun of your friends, though, right?
Yeah, bro.
Only the Jews and the furries and the gays
and the blacks
and the black Hispanics.
Yeah.
Hey, at least I'm not racist.
Asians.
I'm go after everyone. No, we can't keep that, guys. We can't keep that. All right, let's actually watch clips now.
We don't need to. I mean, look.
I mean, yeah, just basically him being a bum, fucking calling his vice president like Kamala Harris Trump, and the fucking what's the Ukraine guy, the dumbass.
What?
Volodymyr Zelensky.
Yeah, that guy.
He said the president of Ukraine. He called him President Putin. He called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump. He also said that he has a commander in chief, which is the title of the president. So.
No, bro, he's the commander in Queef, bro. All right.
Commander of the queers.
That's Chow. Anyways, let's.
No, they would never listen to him.
What?
Chow.
Wait, you don't think I could
Wait,
be
why would
president?
You say we?
You think I could be president?
Hold on.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
No.
Bro, I said commander of the queers, dog.
Why would you
Maybe
not
it's you that's president.
Wait, so you're saying that you enlist him, so saying that you are gay and you stand against him. So you're gay.
What?
And does that mean
you
I'm
said you wouldn't listen to him?
What does that mean?
No, I'm talking about him, dog. Like you fucking.
Bro,
no,
what are you
you're
saying?
talking about me. You're definitely talking about me.
Bro, we know you're queer. We know what you like.
What?
Like men. I was listening.
Bro, I'm so confused who he's talking to.
I'm talking about you, queer.
Bro, passed the quick time check.
Bro, I don't know. You watched that last shorts, bro? That's crazy.
Of course, you like shorts. Looking like little boys. Anyways.
What does shorts have to do with little boys? What?
I don't know.
Because they're short, I guess.
Maybe that's a fetish he has, bro. Shorts and little boys. Dude, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Anyways, speaking of crazy, Project 2025.
It's fucking flawless.
What the fuck is a Project 2025? Is that like the next year? Like that's our project for Sons of Liberty?
46 episodes.
Actually,
left.
that's very similar.
Okay.
No, that's not true.
So
2025.
Project 2025. We've covered this in the podcast before, I think.
Have we? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember.
But
stop fucking with the script. Okay. So Project 2025
looks nice this one.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Also,
it started the next page.
If you want to do this, watch. There you go. There you go. Now there isn't a bunch of spaces. Okay. Okay. Project 2025 is a book that essentially outlines a list of conservative to radical conservative positions that some, right-leaning politicians have endorsed. Project 2025 is currently being criticized by a lot of the online left for being draconian and tyrannical and anti-democratic. And the thing is, some of those criticisms are frankly baseless. But others actually do kind of fit, and they actually have a little bit of a point that Project 2025 would be a terrible thing if it was ever actually put into practice, because some of the policies that Project 2025 suggests that America should take up are actually, turning America into a quasi-dictatorship. And people would be removed from high-ranking positions in government basically just for their beliefs, which I think most people can agree with is kind of bad. I mean, the logic of, wah, you did it first, so we can do it, does sort of apply. But I would just say, in general, Project 2025 isn't great. But here's the thing. It's not gonna fucking happen. Donald Trump has never endorsed Project 2025. He has never stated that that was his plan to implement at any point during his presidency. He has stated that he might do some things that just so happen to be part of Project 2025, but he has never endorsed Project 2025 directly. And many of the more extreme proposals have been left on the cutting room floor. The online insanity to do with Project 2025 has been nothing more than a grift for leftists to convince politically uneducated young people to be afraid of Republicans and conservatives in the right wing because they are going to do spooky stuff that is bad and, you know, would remove people's freedoms and stuff. Let's just take a look at a synopsis and summary of Project 2025 so we can actually get an idea of what the proposals are and what of these proposals are, you know, never going to happen, but should happen, and should happen but are not nearly as extreme as many people would consider on the left. So we're going to look at a Project 2025 overview. Quick. So Project 2025 has a website which states in, I would say, pretty blatant detail what their intentions are. And these intentions, as far as I can tell, essentially just happen to be ideological recapture of institutions away from quote-unquote the radical left and towards conservatives. This is definitely a where you're doing it first situation, but, like, you know, for real though. Like, that actually is a very valid point. Because leftists are not mad that it's actually going to be tyrannical. They're mad that they're going to lose their institutional power. You know, if 2025 was enacted, which again, it's not really going to be. So, womp womp. Unfortunately, because it is a book, you actually do need to buy the book and read it in order to get an in-depth understanding of all of the policies. But there are synopses that are available. I'm just trying to find one.
Okay, so while he does that, I'm going to give my general thoughts on Project 2025.
Sure.
Some of what's in there, good. I haven't read all of it. Of course, it's like 1,000 pages. Some of it's good. Some of it is batshit crazy. And the stuff that is being criticized by Democrats about Project 2025, mainly the fact that it basically outlines how conservatives should gut the government of Democrats. Democrats already do that. Like, that's nothing new. And I know that's not a good argument, but conservatives also already do that. So I'm not too sure why it is controversial. I mean, you know, it happens every 4 years or so when a new president comes into office, or every 8 years, depending on when that happens. So it's not all too shocking. Also, the Democrats trying to run on Project 2025, basically suggesting that this is going to kill the country. That's not really going to work, because Project 2025 is not easily explainable to people.
They unfortunately don't really describe in great detail on their website what their specific policies are.
Yeah.
Other than just, you know, again, gutting the government and replacing them with more conservative-friendly people.
Also, every major conservative fucking candidate does not like Project 2025. So this kind of like story is made up in Democrats' mind. This does not exist anywhere outside the halls of Democratic fucking think tanks. Like,
though, if you would like to fact check us, it turns out the entire PDF for Project 2025, named Mandate for Leadership, the Conservative Promise, in all 922 pages of its full glory, is available. First result on Google, and we will link a full PDF in the description if you would like to slog over the words on words to try to decipher what it actually means for yourself. If you have any insight, please put that in the comments. We would be happy to make an addendum in the next Sons of Liberty episode going over what people have found in the slop.
Yeah, this is just a made up story. Like, in no way does any like major candidate, uh, as a Republican, support this actually. So I don't know what there is to add.
It's
aside from that.
essentially a bit of a nothing burger.
Yeah.
I hate burgers.
I love burgers.
Disgusting. You love meat in general, dog.
On God,
I
on
also
God,
like
meat
meat.
in my fucking mouth. Okay.
Of course you like. You both are meat eaters. But that's you, dog.
Bro, you probably eat the most meat out of all of us. I want to hear it.
Ow.
But you work at Taco Bell.
Okay,
Meat.
you work at AutoZone, dog.
Nah, that meat is
Yeah.
processed.
Everyone is literally in your zone, dog. I don't hear it.
Well, I mean, that's
That's
kind
what
of
I
true, but I only learned after you.
While I'm
Right.
putting my meat in the buns, you're putting everyone's
Wait,
putting their
what?
meat in your zone, bro.
Pause. Did anybody hear that?
I did.
Oh.
I love when you beat my buns.
What? You guys are wild.
You guys are wild. Look what you
Yeah.
just said, bro.
Oops.
That's all I gotta say.
Oopsies. Looks like Sons of Liberty were acting like faggots again. Oopsies.
Nothing new.
Yeah, especially
Well,
with
well,
Sunny
well.
Cockeye.
No, I can use on my cock. It's fine.
I mean, you know, not the
Anyways,
first time they
yeah,
offered it to me.
2025 is nothing burger, and it's essentially only been used to propagandize for the left to try to gain more, control on their base. It was the same thing happened with Roe versus Wade, and it will happen again with the next big leftist talking point. 2025 is not that big of a deal, because no actual like Republican candidate of note, especially within Donald Trump's administration, actually supports it. Moving on.
Moving on.
Yes, let's discuss.
Chow, I think you should transition to this topic.
No, I don't think I will. No, I don't think I will.
You love
You know what? Yeah, I'll talk about this. So basically, a couple days ago, there was a viral clip going around on the internet of a guy. Well, not him doing it, but the aftermath of him nutting on a woman's leg. All right.
It should have been the video of. That would have been much more entertaining.
No, you're wild. And this is not really controversial in the sense that people are divided on if it was wrong for him to nut on the leg, but it's more taken the internet by storm because of how interesting the situation is.
I think we need to clarify. This was
Yes.
not in a domestic setting. This was a random man who just
in a store,
like jerked his meat and nutted on a random woman's leg and then ran out of the store.
Yeah.
Common Kaika moment.
Now, wait, what? All right,
Common
well,
Kaika W.
What? What? All right, well, all I gotta say is we're gonna watch this clip, but before we do that, the guy's shirt says it's not going to leak itself with a fucking candy cane next to it. The text.
That's actually hilarious.
So you know, it comes with the territory. Let's put it like that. So let's watch this first clip.
Sure.
Look, he fucking nutted on my fucking leg! You go to hell, bitch! Oh my god! He nutted on my leg!
I think it's fair to say that this could be considered a form of rape, right?
Well,
kinda.
I mean, in my mind, rape usually involves some sort of like penetration.
I guess, but this is... If this is not rape, it's definitely close.
It's sexual assault for sure. There's no getting away from it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, there's sexual assault, and then there's this.
This is bad.
Yeah.
This is really bad. And I don't know who... Like, I got so many questions for this guy. Like, why... In what way do you come up with this idea of going into a store and nutting on a woman's leg?
Desperation.
Like, it's just...
Bro,
that's some crazy shit.
How does she not notice?
Right,
Like,
and
is
then-
the man the quickest like slinger in the West? Like, what?
he could be. He could be. I mean, that shirt says it all. That shirt
Man
definitely says it
whipped
all.
it out, wing, and it popped out. Like, huh? How did she not hear the... like, what the fuck?
Oh, what? Bro has the noises on lock.
That's definitely going to be a short. But You know, it's crazy. There's a lot of questions to be asked. There's still investigations going on, so we'd have to wait. But there is some good news about the story. Whether or not we call into question whether the woman should have paid a little bit more attention. There's good news because this man turned himself into the police. And so we have this little clip right here, which is also kind of comedic.
Bro, it's Philly. He would have got his ass kicked. Bro, he would have got his ass beat. It's Philly, bro.
This just in, the man police say sexually assaulted a woman at a South Philly Dollar Tree store has turned himself in. The attack gaining national attention, even rapper Meek Mill tweeting today that he would award $2,000 to the person who finds him. Police identified him as 35-year-old Gary Miles. His surrender happening after disturbing video circulated on social media appearing to show the end of the assault. It happened at the store located at Snyder Plaza on East Snyder Street on June 23rd. Police say a mugshot will be released once charges are officially filed.
I can see Kaika in that shirt. 100% Kaika's buying that shirt. There's no doubt in my mind he's buying that shirt right now.
What?
Bro, Amazon priming that shit. He's gonna have that shit the next
Same
day.
day shipping.
He's gonna make a fucking Chinese kid make it for him right now, bro. Or in some sweatshop.
Let me just read this one comment about this fucking video. One guy said the post-nut clarity hit.
Oh,
which fact checked you.
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not
wrong. Not wrong. Yeah.
He's not gonna lie. He's gross as fuck. This guy.
No, it is gross.
Disgusting.
And by the way, some people are like saying they're downplaying it. That's also kind of bad. Like disgusting.
Why did they? What? How can they downplay it? What is saying?
Well, I mean, most of the people downplaying it are suggesting that it was only him nutting on the leg and no actual form of penetration actually occurred. So,
what? But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That's kind of what I'm saying. If it's not rape, it should at least count as some kind of very, very extreme sexual assault.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is.
Yeah.
Sexual assault.
No consent, nothing. Get out of here, loser. Yeah. As you can get it as being Philly, bro. It's Philly. Bro, you fucking look at someone wrong and they get their ass kicked.
I will say, maybe the way that the woman phrased, "He nutted on my leg," maybe that, that's kind of like new generation talk.
Yeah, it was kind of like it's kind of funny, but in a fucked up way,
yeah.
Nah, yo, wild. Nah.
Am I wrong though?
She could have said "Oh, he came on my leg," and then a whole bunch of men would have been like, "No way, bro, we gotta beat this guy up." But I feel like the fact that she said he nutted on my leg, there's some old guys are like, "What does that even mean?" What, he put some nuts on her leg? That's crazy.
But it doesn't matter, dog.
No, I'm just saying. It doesn't matter. Obviously, he didn't. It was wrong. I'm just saying before this gets clipped. No, shut up. I'm just saying that if you wanted physical intervention from guys, I mean, maybe if you didn't use new slang,
fucking Dr. Disrespect ass, Drake slonging ass, fucking kid munching looking ass out of here.
Wait, is the pedophile talking?
You're not saying.
Wait, what?
You? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you be talking.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, okay. Pedophile talking. All right. I'm gonna stay quiet. Gotta respect all opinions.
Bro. Nah, bro, I'm gonna be those fucking. I'm Batman, bro. I'm gonna be those pedophile catchers and go to Kaika's house and beat their shit out of him. Just like Batman would.
Are you done talking?
Yeah, hold on, wait. What was that? What was that that series? They let the PC to catch a predator.
Oh, with I don't know what's
Chris Hansen, I think.
Of course you would know.
No! Oh, boy.
I mean, Chow's kind of sweating in that corner every second of the
day. Have you ever watched that Black show, parodying the Chris Hansen show? He didn't want the kid. He actually wanted Chris Hansen's ass. He wanted to fuck Chris Hansen.
That'd be the craziest plot twist. That might be.
Well. The choice is yours. We do this the easy way. We do this the hard way.
That actually might be a Chow moment.
And I won't you. Wait, what?
No,
Wait, what?
That's 100% a Chow moment.
Wait.
Bro, Chow doesn't even care about the kids. He just wants
No.
Chris Hansen, bro.
He's old as fuck though.
So,
I
you
don't
think
know.
that repels
I mean,
Chow?
what?
Exactly.
No, my fault.
All right, let's say with the nut.
That
All
was it.
right.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about
Why
something
did
more
we bring
interesting.
why did we talk about this? How is this political?
Because Kaiko was like, "Ooh, oh my gosh, I love seeing black men nut on people." Oh my
Wait,
god.
what?
No,
Like,
as
it's
per
just
usual. As per usual.
Okay. Kaiko loving black men, just
Let's
like his
get through this.
coffee. Anyways,
Let's do this next one pretty quickly. There's not a whole lot to speak
let's
of
talk about
because it's a
something that
little bit.
relates to Chow.
It's a little bit irrelevant. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean by that?
Wait.
Wait, what
Let's
do you mean
talk
by
about
that?
something that relates to Chow.
Huh?
There's two topics you pick here, and they both relate to you.
Oh.
The choice is yours.
No, it's like a pick your poison situation. You're evil. You're evil. All right, whatever.
The choice is yours.
Well, all right, sure. Back in March and April, there was a little bit of a trend, of asking random women on the street whether they would rather encounter a man in the woods or a bear in the woods. This trend is old now. It's got cobwebs, but I still wanted to bring it up because, we've been on hiatus for a while, and I felt like it's relevant to a political discussion about, leftist identity politics, grievance grifting, and general brain rot. Again, we'll keep this quick. So, a lot of people, actually this includes Destiny, brought this up, were citing average statistics of bear attacks versus like sexual harassment and assault by men, and then saying that because the statistics for bears were lower, that'd mean that being around a bear was safer. And then women just in general often gave the answer of bear, because bears can get hungry and can be protective of their young, but other than that, they don't really have any reason to attack you. Whereas men can do anything. They can, get you out of the woods. They can camp with you, but they can also kill you, or they can, rape you, or they can, they can torture you in a way that a bear would never be able to. And basically, because men are sapient creatures and are capable of doing literally anything within the state of nature, whereas bears can only do what their instincts tell them to do, men are more dangerous, and thus, men specifically need to get the hint. And if you don't understand why that is, then you're the kind of man that women would rather be around a bear than them. That was the hot take from the left.
I can see their argument. Because there are fucking disgusting pervy ass guys.
Well, of course, but
shit.
That doesn't change the fact that saying you'd rather randomly encounter just a dude hiking in the woods than you would a fucking rabid wild bear.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. And the reason why it's insane,
bro, I can't make a pelt with that bear. Can't make a pelt with another man.
Okay,
wait, what?
We're not saying that this hypothetical assumes that you don't have anything on you that you'd be able to use to kill the other creature.
Bare hands, bro. I got that aura.
You're not winning that fight. I'm sorry.
I am him, bro. I'm him.
You're not him.
Bro.
When you have to say you're him, you're probably not him.
Yeah, like...
Bro, if I can lift, like, 600 plus pounds with my legs alone, bro...
Not to be that guy...
Like...
Isn't it, like, normal?
This is gonna sound very, very queer, and it is, but you're a snack. You're a snack for that bear.
You're so gay.
What are you, buffet?
Man.
I mean what I said entirely. I meant it in both ways.
Called you a buffet and you're not gonna phase it, bro?
Wait.
He said you're a whole course of meal. He said you're a full course of meal, dog.
I mean, is he wrong?
That's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like...
I think if you ration chow long enough, you can definitely survive a month. Or longer.
Month? Yeah, you're probably longer. I mean, it wouldn't exactly be high quality meat, but you could probably go for like, I don't know, maybe 2-3 months.
You know what they say about Wagyu, guys?
Also, remember, don't
He's
get
cutting that, bro. He's totally cutting
don't
that.
eat the brain. Don't eat the brain, motherfuckers. And I know some of y'all are cannibals. Don't do it.
You don't
It'll
have
give you
one, it's
fucking
fine.
mad cow prion disease. But for humans. Anyways, right. So to put a pin in this man versus bear shit, the fact of the matter is, Mentis Wave did a very good video on this, but I'm just gonna parrot what he said. If in this hypothetical, there's a 100% encounter rate for either the man or the bear, depending on which one you choose. So statistics where the encounter rate is relevant are stupid to cite because it's already assuming that you are going to come into contact with either a man or a bear in the situation just by the nature of the hypothetical. So it's like, nobody gets killed by bears. The averages are so low. It's like, yeah, but that's because most people, when they hike in the woods, aren't encountering a bear because, there aren't like the bear population is not that big in most places. And where it is, they're not likely to like randomly encounter them all the time. Whereas with people, there are a lot more densely populated people in known hiking and traveling areas, like in the woods. So you're a lot more likely to find people than you are bears. Regardless. And also the data when it comes to like the sexual harassment stuff, all of that data is taken from, all of human society, including but not limited to cities, including but not limited to inner cities, where there are a lot of.
I'm gonna. Man in the woods ain't getting pussy, bro. He's whining. He's craving that shit, bro.
Nah.
Unless he's gay like you.
I think there's something to be said that people who hike and who engage themselves in nature, not like people who are homeless, but like people who like go out and try to integrate with the outside, so not me, those people are definitely a lot more mentally stable and probably have more going on in their lives, so they definitely would be the kind of people who probably do have like a significant other, or even if they are single, they're probably a lot more mentally adjusted than someone who just lives in the city for their whole life. Just an observation. That one's pretty anecdotal.
You're saying you would do that actions, the horrible actions?
I will not confirm nor deny.
That is fucked.
All I'm saying is I'm him.
Switch it up. All right, that's wild. All right, let's change this question. Would you rather encounter a bear or a really fat woman?
Bear.
Bear, obviously.
Hey, what that mouth do?
Nah, bro, you're wild. You're furry now? Oh, of course.
Wait, what? Furry? I heard furry.
All right, that's crazy. Now let's speaking.
Oh, my bad.
Fuck you. I was making transition. You fucking piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit, bro. There's no way. Anyway, speaking of gay people, we're gonna talk about this. This is probably be our last topic of the podcast. We're talking about a pretty well-known topic. Besides, Xiao's the only one who doesn't know this person. He's a streamer, mad streamer, very small man streamer. His name's Sketch. He's very small. He's smaller than us, actually.
Pretty sketch.
I mean, that kind of, goes in line. He plays this character of like a jokester guy, he's known for his catchphrase like, "What's up, brother? Tuesday." And he's very comedic in his nature. He was recently outed for having an gay OnlyFans back in the day. Where he would get fucked in the ass.
Typical, right?
Where he would
What do you mean typical? What do you mean?
Yeah, and there's pictures of him cosplaying, and doing all that shit. All of it's out there, and he was leaked by this guy named Pocketbook, who claimed he was a journalist. Link?
I did not just say Link.
I think I just heard you say Link.
I did not say Link.
Chow was actually Sketch's day one fan who didn't know he streamed Madden. He has the OnlyFans.
I only do it for the OnlyFans.
No. He probably knew it was $5.99. That's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. Nah.
I mean, who doesn't? Am I right?
No,
what?
but it's like really what?
What?
I think it's crazy. The guy at Pocketbook, he was basically saying like he needed to get this story out, you know, because he's a journalist. He goes to journalism school. And I'm like, buddy, what the fuck did this guy do to you? Who fucking cared?
Bro, how much gay OnlyFans
But
content
yeah,
do you have to watch to find this, bro? That's wild, bro. There's no way.
he
It'll never
found
be
it
enough
on
for you.
Twitter like. What? You're wild, bro. No, but like when it happened and just got leaked, it was like very big. People were hating on Sketch and like because he was known for being a Christian and like a lot of Christians liked him, but now after the fact they want to disassociate from him and not like want to fuck with him. And this
I
is
mean, they
before his
probably didn't want to
response
fuck
to
with
it.
them before because they're Christian, but that's just an observation.
Brother,
Very,
do you know
very
what
good
fuck with
observation.
me?
I do. Do you?
I get it. You like you're hypersexual, dog. I get you're hypersexual. That's why you know
Fuck
women
with
will want to carry you
nah,
over a bear.
It's a fuck. What?
Or
what?
That's a short.
No, that's not a short. That is not a short. That's not a short.
It's a short, bro. It's a short.
That's not a short.
That's 100% a short.
That is not a fucking short. It's just not.
Career out on this in this orbit. Flushed
Queer
away.
is weird.
Okay.
Queer is weird. I'm down to queers.
Okay.
But
So
I don't
the
know.
real question is though, what did you do wrong?
That's what people now. I feel like the thing he did wrong was lie. That's like, and basically put this persona on.
But is it really lying if
But
he just wants to change and be a different kind of person?
that's the thing. I feel like we should watch this clip of like his response to the whole thing because of the aftermath of like when it got leaked was like really bad. People were like making fun of him. Like his fellow streamers were like abandoning him, like saying like, "Nah, we don't mess with you no more." And obviously his friends, such as like Queso, you know, you're his number one supporter, Queso, Chow.
Actually, I'm
He
his
was
number
on
one
his side, so
rival.
was Jinxie.
I'm a number one rival. I'm gonna be better. I'm already
Y'all
bigger than
orbit
him.
each other or what?
No. He orbits me.
Oh, he's your moon?
On God.
Or are you his
Chow
sunshine?
is the.
Anyways.
He does bend space
Nah,
and time.
remember, no. Queso's the sun. I'm Sagittarius A. On God. If you know,
I mean,
you know.
Chow, you think you got weight on Queso or what?
Oh, I absolutely do. I
Oh,
absolutely
you think
do.
so?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's a big
Alright, so
competition.
like
It's not even
it is
close.
pretty big. Quite literally.
I'm a pretty big guy. I got weight on him, absolutely.
Well, like I feel like Queso has more muscle, definitely, because he works out more. He does like a lot of weights than Chow. So like, I feel like on a 1v1
I'd
he'd beat
win.
you.
I'd win. I'd win.
You'd win,
I'd win.
bro. Like, you win over Kaika. Kaika's weak, but like most men, no. Anyways, let's watch a clip of Sketch's response. It's actually funny.
This feels like a bit of a nothing burger, but fine. Let's see.
This is actually
You're
fun.
a nothing burger.
Okay, let's see it.
Elephant in the room, I got a haircut. Wasn't planning on doing this today, but I guess so. Okay, I'll start from the top. Look at this, open and honest. That was me. That was me. It's okay, though. I will tell you what. Okay. 2 years ago, I did some stuff. I'm sorry if you've seen some of the stuff. You know, I'm a changed person. This is going worse than I thought it was. So 2 years ago, I did not have sexual relations with that man. I'm just kidding. I did. Possibly.
Possibly. Yeah, this guy's a sped.
Oh, Chow is not. His autism is not getting this, bro. It's crazy.
Why would they be mad?
I think we see enough, right?
Yeah, probably.
All right, Kaika. All right, we can stop watching this
Okay.
now.
I have to kind of
He
wonder.
basically just apologized.
Apologize for what?
All right, so like, not only does he apologize, he talks about like how it affected him and like how he was close to being like he's close to kill himself, like he was going to kill himself, and like his friends like FaZe Banks, because he was in LA, he was in California with the FaZe clan, and like if it wasn't for them, he would have killed himself.
Okay, you still haven't described what he's done wrong. I'm being completely dead ass here. This isn't a meme.
So like this is more for
I don't
the
think that was
fact
the
of
point.
like
So what's the
moral
point?
standing of like. Wait, Kaiko, what were you saying?
I don't think the point is if Sketch did anything wrong. I think the point is us talking about like the controversy and why people have the opinions that they have.
Well, if he didn't do anything wrong, then why is there a controversy?
Because some people do think he did something wrong.
Yeah, so the thing he did wrong was the gay action. I don't think that's
what is
stupid.
wrong about that, huh?
Being gay? Okay, you're alright. Alright, so
That's
I
it.
set
That's
up
it,
the
huh?
thing of him being Christian and having a Christian following.
Right. So there's
Now,
clearly
do I agree with the backlash? No, because Sketch even said like he is changed and he doesn't do that stuff anymore.
Oh
He's
my
what he
God.
put himself to God.
So he's repented,
So like,
but repented from what? What was this? Okay,
Sin.
I was gonna ask
that
what
is
the sin was, but okay.
Sin.
So
Being gay, dog. What do you mean?
Okay, so
obviously in your eyes, a person who's gay is not gonna understand the wrong thing, which is that is the thing that's wrong.
It's not that I'm not gonna understand. It's that I'm not gonna agree. That's really fucking stupid.
Hey, you guys want to watch?
I mean,
you guys want to look at a picture?
It's
of
like saying I
Kanye West's
don't know.
wife?
It's people's faith. It's people's faith. Like that is why.
Go to Sons of Liberty chat.
So
like,
this doesn't
being
actually
gay-
have anything to do with him. This has something to do with his followers.
No, it is him because of his content that he used to do, and he stepped away from. And he purposely like separated himself from it because
his new
past as bad.
content has captured a new audience of people who probably weren't going to be okay with the fact that he basically used to be like, let's just say a gay porn star, because a gay OnlyFans model, it means the same thing, right? The fact of the matter is, there's not anything actually morally wrong with what he did. So the only problem
in your eyes, yeah, that is a
would you disagree? Would you disagree?
Yeah, of course, 100%. I 100% disagree. Of course, obviously, there's.
Well.
Obviously, we're gonna disagree at this point.
Okay. But that's kind of a non-starter, isn't it? Because then I'm guilty of that problem, aren't I?
Okay.
Huh?
Look,
That's crazy.
I was actually gonna what?
I mean,
what's crazy?
I don't know what kind of discussion you were hoping to have.
Well, I was actually gonna criticize the Christian people.
Really?
Because I feel like they shit on them too hard. I feel like as Christians, we should open with open arms due to the fact that like we ourselves sin every day.
But they should have shit on him a little though, right?
Nah.
No.
If you truly believe in the Christian faith, then you wouldn't have. You would have just took it as like, okay, especially after this response, you took like, okay, he took a step back, he realized what he did wrong, and he went to make it right. Right? Undoing his perspective is wrong, right? Let's say someone let's make it simple, right? Someone's like beating up, doing drugs, and then they take a step back, go through like rehab, and they fix their life. This is basically what Sketch has done, to put it in perspective, right?
But he didn't.
Majority
he wasn't a drug addict. He was just gay.
He actually was.
Oh really?
I should have gave you that context.
Maybe add that part in next time.
Well, it was in the video. My bad.
Well, you told
I keep
me
forgetting
to
you
cut
don't
it.
know sketches.
No, I don't.
My bad. I keep forgetting. My bad.
Well, but
anyways, because
even
he in the video he says he was going through drug abuse during the time, and he's not proud of it.
I think I would also have a hard time finding drug abuse to be morally wrong. It certainly is self-destructive, but I don't think that it's something that you can really consider to be.
How is it?
What?
How is it? Because you're basically destroying yourself. You're
Yeah, but
basically
that's
killing
not.
yourself.
That's well. Okay, hold on. There's a difference there.
How? How is destroy and kill different?
Okay, killing
Because in your words you
yourself.
said destroy.
Okay, killing yourself is an unreversible action. Once you die, that's it. Quote unquote destroying yourself. There are actions that are self-destructive that I think many people commit every single day. Some only less than that, but still, there are certain behaviors that push us forward in life, and there are certain behaviors that kind of backtrack a little bit on that progress. But at the end of the day, I think comparing drug abuse to like killing yourself is kind of stupid because you can reverse.
If you continue on that path, though, you
it,
will.
But that's the future.
But if no, taking drugs, right? That action is killing yourself because if you continue with that path without going back, you'll end up dead.
But because you can go back, it's not the same level of.
But the action of taking the drug, we're not talking about reversing. We're talking about the action. Taking the drugs is destroying and killing yourself.
Well, but it's. Oh boy, it's not. I guess it is in some sense destroying yourself, but it's not really. It's not comparable to actually killing yourself, which is, again, it's all at once, and that action it doesn't. Its only purpose is to end your own life. There is no other like ulterior motive.
But it causes you and your body to just suffer, so it prolongs it, so which is worse than just ending it with the one bullet.
Jesus Christ, that's a really hot take. Kaika, what do you think about that?
To be honest, I'm kind of zoning out.
What?
Bro,
okay.
This guy.
Okay. What's worse?
What?
Okay. Abusing drugs for I don't know. He said 2 years. Let's say abusing drugs for 2 years, or putting a bullet in your brain now. What's worse?
Oh, putting a bullet in your brain. What? You died.
Thank you.
Wait.
You literally died.
No. Okay. Putting the time lapse on it is different. Let's say, Kaika, what's worse, ODing or putting a bullet in your mouth?
Whoa! Who said ODing? Who said ODing? Who said ODing?
How else do you die by drugs? How else do you die by drugs?
Okay, the point that you were trying to make is that you slowly die over time. Not that you die in one critical event called overdosing, because that's different. If you overdose, that's...
No, because ODing is the causation of taking all those drugs.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
If you never take more than the recommended dose that your body can filter out, you won't OD. Assuming there isn't
these druggies are not doing that. I'm sorry, but they ain't looking the prescription, Chow.
Okay,
I'm sorry, bro. These druggies are not.
Oh my fucking
These
God.
fucking
dude.
What?
That's a
nah, bro. We taking a one pill a day.
That's irrelevant to the hypothetical that you're bringing up. These druggies. Who are you talking about?
We're talking about druggies.
In general,
people who take drugs. I'm sorry.
I don't know
one person that takes drugs that takes
the brain rot. Okay,
it's basically just a moral argument. You keep
hot swapping between in generals where it applies to most people of a certain area. I assume by certain area you mean like Los Angeles, like or any like big city where there's a large population of drug addicted people, and hypotheticals where the common practice of people is irrelevant. Completely irrelevant.
How am I hopping?
Okay. What do you mean, how are you hopping? Literally 1 second ago, not 1 second ago, like 2 minutes ago, you were talking about a hypothetical. And then, when I poked a hole in the hypothetical, you brought up, bro, these druggies. Who is these, bro? Who is these druggies? Who are you talking about?
The druggies? What? How?
Who is the druggies? Who are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I get it. You don't go outside.
I'm so confused.
I get it. You don't go outside, so you don't see these people out and about, and you don't go to hospitals seeing these people, and you don't like know this.
Genuine fucking room IQ. Okay.
My bad. I'm sorry. You're just as that is destiny. The fact that you have
hypothetical. Why? Why are you doing it? It doesn't make sense.
Because it's logic. What do you mean? It's using real world logic in the hypothetical.
Okay.
What?
Do you even comprehend that there might be exceptions to this generalization that you've just made for quote unquote these druggies?
Name name a person that is an exception.
Okay, that's fallacious reasoning. I don't have to bring up an exact like personal example of an anecdote.
Then show me an example. If you're gonna bring it up, then show it.
The burden of proof is on you to point out that quote unquote these druggies would always go over the recommended dose of a drug.
You brought up the point that there's an exception, so you have the burden of proof
there are
to show that
naturally exceptions to any generalization because exceptions do not disprove the rule. But the fact of the matter is, you have not proven that the rule applies. You've just given another fucking generalization that doesn't actually map into anything.
How does it not? What?
Well,
that doing drugs is bad?
You have not given an example of what area you're talking about.
So you condoning the actions of doing drugs?
Oh my fucking god!
Are you condoning the action? I could answer the question now. Are you condoning the action of doing drugs?
Okay, taking drugs is a morally neutral act. It's morally neutral.
How? How is it morally neutral?
What? Okay, it's morally neutral.
How is it morally neutral?
The action does not harm anybody except for yourself.
What?
Except for yourself.
It harms you, your family, the people around you.
It doesn't harm your family at all. It doesn't harm anyone other than yourself, and that makes it a voluntary action.
Yes, it does.
Which you can do because it is your body and therefore your right.
Damaging.
Emotionally, bro.
What?
Since when
have
the rights of emotions of other people trumped the rights of the individual? What the fuck? It's completely irrelevant. It's a complete non sequitur.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think that's what he means when he says that.
It has to be.
Because, Chow, think about it like this, right? Let's just say you kill yourself tomorrow.
Sure.
Sure, you physically only hurt yourself.
Yes.
But you also hurt a lot of people close to you, and a lot of people in your family.
Right, but if you were to use that logic to make suicide illegal, that would be violating
you can't make suicide illegal because
how are you going to enforce that, right?
Yeah, right. It doesn't make sense.
Well, but still, in a hypothetical, let's say that the government puts fucking legislation in that affects like the judgment of heaven or hell or something. I don't know. And that inherently
going to hell either way to kill yourself. It's such a bad...
Right. Okay. Sure. Well, I mean,
maybe you kill yourself. You're going to hell.
I mean, you care about shit because you actually believe in heaven or hell. But regardless, okay. So let's say that there would be some external way to enforce laws onto people who are dead, just so that the hypothetical works. Okay. Fine. Whatever. It doesn't.
Religion. Yeah.
God. It congruent with the laws of this current government. It would still be immoral to make suicide illegal, because even if it affects other people emotionally and psychologically, that these externalities are completely irrelevant when calculating the rights of an individual over their own body. That comes first, always.
Are you in favor of delegalization of all drugs?
Okay, here's the thing. I would somewhat, maybe sometimes, depending on the situation, say yes. But there is an edge case, and that is that certain drugs have a propensity to make people delirious and aggressively violent towards others. In that situation, I think that criminalizing the drug is treating, like the symptom of the problem, which is to say the actions of the person, because ultimately people are still responsible for their actions even if when intoxicated. I think the move is not to necessarily criminalize the drug as much as it is to criminalize the aggressive, violent behavior after it happens. But as far as criminalizing the drugs themselves, it's a gray area. I think that ultimately people should be able to take whatever substances they want and modify their body however they want. But there is a societal degeneration aspect of, if everybody was allowed to fucking take, crack rock cocaine, then a lot of people would be spending their days delirious and aggressive, and this would lead to the devolution of social cohesion. So perhaps as a part of the social contract, maybe drugs like hard drugs could only be taken in domestic settings where there is significantly reduced risk to random bystanders. and any assault, any crimes, aggressive, violent crimes that are caused based on drug abuse would be charged to the full extent of the law based on those violent offenses, not based on the use of the drugs itself. Because there's nothing inherently bad with the drugs as much as it is the abuse of said drugs. Does that kind of make sense?
So, would you be up for the legalization of black tar heroin?
Okay, again, what I said is it's a bit of a gray area. I would say that in certain settings, in certain contexts, yes, probably not like entirely. Just because of the social contract. There is some reasoning behind restricting the rights to modify your own bodily chemistry in like public settings, because that would lead to a bunch of like cracked out fucking crazy people who are, again, very aggressive, and that would lead to the destabilization of society. Again, it would probably only be legal in domestic settings.
All right, so heroin's kind of like a drug that's super, super deadly, right?
Okay.
But also, it kind of just makes the person lethargic and kind of lazy.
Okay.
So it doesn't really affect... Like, it's this... If anything, it's a little bit less than alcohol in terms of affecting people to do bad.
Sure.
So, would you be in favor of legalizing heroin?
I maybe. I mean, again, it entirely depends on,
So are you not in favor of legalizing alcohol?
I actually have quite a few spicy takes on alcohol. I mean, it is one of those things where it's so culturally ingrained that trying to ban it will most likely just result in people getting illegal moonshine. That's what happened in the 1920s. So I think banning substances that are harmful for people, is a nuclear last resort and should only be used in circumstances where there is a clear societal degradation or omnipresent danger that exists from the abuse of said drugs. You could definitely make the case that alcohol is like that. But also, it's more complicated because alcohol is such a staple of most, if not all, human cultures, because it was one of the, first ways for humans to be able to gain drinkable, drinking water that was consistent and wasn't just from like rain or like rivers or whatever. As you make it into like beer or wine or whatever. So it's definitely so ingrained that it's probably not going to be very possible to ban or restrict in any serious way. Though there are many laws against public intoxication, which are probably good things. Again, keeping drugs to the domestic setting, I think, is a bit of a must, given that people who are out in public who are impaired are much more likely to, enact, dangerous behaviors towards themselves and others. So I guess what I'm saying is it's on the table, but I probably wouldn't want to unless I had like a really good reason to make that claim that alcohol is so dangerous to the whole of society that it needs to be banned or restricted in some way.
So you're saying you would ban certain drugs just for the betterment of society? Not necessarily
in public
harm it poses to others?
In public.
So yeah, well...
That's kind of it's kind of an important distinction.
Well, what would be the difference between in public and in private?
If you're caught with it in private, you don't go to jail. That's the difference.
Well, I mean, you're not going to get caught if you're doing it in private, right?
You can. You absolutely can get caught with it in a domestic setting, like at house parties and shit.
Well, I don't know. So you're saying you would ban certain things for the betterment of society, right? Not necessarily if they pose a threat to other people.
But it is absolutely a last resort option.
Okay.
But yes.
So I'm not too sure how we go to this.
I wanted to put one last little outro and then we're done. All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to capstone all of this by basically saying, we are so back, but not just Sons of Liberty. the right politically is making a comeback, I think, because Trump's assassination attempt is and already has turned him into a martyr for the dissident right, for right-wing politics that have been completely abandoned and, you know, left out to fucking starve in the cold by the left because they've been called, you know, Nazis and fascists, and, you know, they've been basically blacklisted from all academic and media institutions. The consequence is that you've got people who are, you know, regardless of whether their politics are correct, in my opinion, you know, you got people who essentially feel like they've been ostracized from the whole body of politics because they have. And those people are looking for someone to symbolize their, you know, their anger, their betrayal. But also, you know, not like in a violent way, I think, in a way that is, you know, peacefully resisting against the trouble and the terror, so to speak, that the left has given a lot of people who are, you know, conservative or anyway kind of right wing. I think Trump, with that fist in the air, you know, shouting "fight, fight, fight" into his crowd of supporters, I think that's it. That image, that's stuck in my head. That's stuck in a lot of people's heads. It's gonna start shifting some heads, I think, because Trump has from day one been fighting the establishment. He's been fighting a lot of the core political body that does not want anything to change. They want their hegemony. They want their revolving doors. They want their influence in the government and in media and in academia to stay strong, if not get stronger. They want the population to become subservient. And Trump is maybe not the best person for the job. Maybe not. But he's taken up the mantle, and I think now more than ever, I respect him for being not the man we wanted, but the man we deserve. You know? And when Trump was, you know, he got fucking shot by a sniper, and he got up and he was like, fight, fight, fight. That was powerful. And it wasn't just that it displayed strength either. I think it was that, you know, it showed that he's really willing to put everything on the line to make this country great again. And that's something that a lot of people don't believe. I think a lot of people think that Trump is a con man, Trump is a grifter, but that was, you know, the shooter could have shot twice. You know, he was still in danger, but he got up
3 times.
Oh, actually? Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he shot 3
times. Allegedly, it's closer to 5.
Because he hit the firefighter. Yeah, but I mean, like he could have shot twice at Trump, right? And the thing is, you know, he put his life on the line to keep the American people strong of heart and mind, and to keep fighting for what's right. So I think you know what, Trump always got my vote, but I'm just saying, for me personally, I am very excited to see where this goes. I think, you know, Trump derangement syndrome is already back. You know, we see a lot of leftists who have gone like full fucking psycho over Trump again. But the fact of the matter is, I don't think they're stopping it. I think Trump 2024 is basically inevitable at this point. And if it doesn't happen, seriously look into this election results, because that might actually be like some case for fraud. Because that you know, I just can't see people, even people who hate Trump, the never Trumpers, voting for Biden after his terrible performance. You know. And also, one more thing. I think that centrists now are faced with a little bit of an existential crisis now that both sides are kind of radicalizing, even more than they already have been, into greater and greater extremes of themselves. You know, centrists really are going to eventually have to pick a side. And if they don't pick a side, they're going to be the ones who are just kind of, like, sort of stubbornly sticking their heads in the sand, while everyone else is vying for real political power and change. And the centrists will stop being the ones that are sensible and will start being the ones that are just completely delusional. Because we have left the table for, I think, reasonable discourse on the subject of policy between the left and the right. The left has gone insane. The right is currently going insane. We're not quite insane yet, but we're getting there. And I think that this probably won't end in a civil war. I still ultimately do think that that's a lot of just fear mongering, but it's definitely going to end in something, and that something is probably going to be the death of leftist politics, in one form or another. I only hope that it's just something that doesn't involve too many lives being lost, because I ultimately think that that's more important than politics to some extent. I mean, politics does involve people losing lives. It's obviously important too, but I don't want a civil war. I think most people on the right and most sane people on the left don't want a civil war, but it's possible. I think if that bullet hit, civil war would be inevitable, but it didn't. We're in the better timeline now, and I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic as a right-winger of all and any stripe. So we're back, and also we're back. I think we're planning on making more videos. I don't know. We'll see. We've made those promises before, but
definitely the shorts.
Whoa, we'll keep posting fucking brain rot shorts until the end of the fucking universe. But real podcast videos are coming down the pipe. We have much to talk about.
Lay down this pipe.
I know.
Please.
And I don't know. Just keep your head up. Keep your head up, King. The crown is falling. Any doomers in our audience, there is reason to have hope, because things are turning around. And if you're ever gonna put your political stock in somebody, I'm not one to normally say this, but put it in Trump. I think he's got this. And that's gonna be all for me. Thank you all for tuning in to Sons of Liberty tonight, or today, or whenever you're listening to this. It is currently 1:47 in the morning, and our video has already peaked 3 hours.
No surprise.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you guys want to say your parting piece.
I'm a dirty to casual.
I'm your Sonny, your host with the most.
I am King Chow, and holy shit, we didn't do this in the intro, did we?
Nope.
Whatever. Season 2, something.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Thanks for watching, guys.
Exactly.
Guys, gals, and non-binary entities.
Fuck the gay people, alright?
You worry about leaving a better planet for our kids. How about leaving better kids for our planet? Entire generation offended at everything, getting mad that a human thinks all lives matter. We don't need black or white or left or right. What we need is common sense. We need balance. We're all in the same boat. Why you trying to make holes? If they sink, we sink. This is madness.